I'm Kevin Ankeny, director of Farm Raised, the short documentary about a youth cycling team in upstate New York. The project is really based on the concept or the notion that no matter where you go, there are great stories. And there are lots of great stories here in upstate New York, and we don't have to go outside of the region to find those stories. For me, cycling has always been a passion. It's something I've done at some level for a long time. And filmmaking is another one of my interests. So I thought, let's put those two together and see if we can make something special. As a filmmaker, you learn to think in terms of visuals. So even before you pick up the camera and start shooting, you're thinking about what the shots will look like. And the opening sequence was something that I had thought about for a long, long time. The natural beauty of Washington County is captivating. And once you put a frame around it, in a photograph or on videotape or film, you really appreciate all of the detail and all of the beauty that exists. And I had this concept for the opening title sequence with the barns and the cows and the open pastures and the team on their bikes for a very long time, but I waited until the very end to go out and shoot because I was really looking forward to spending some time just meandering Washington County and looking for those perfect shots. And I also wanted an absolutely beautiful day to do it. So it ended up being late August in the summer of 2008. So I'd already finished shooting all of the race footage and the training footage. And in fact, I was already starting to edit when I went out and shot the video for the opening sequence. At the end of the film, there's a shot of a group of riders cresting a hill in silhouette. The sun is low in the sky, and it's a very shadowy image. I came across that shot completely by accident. It wasn't a planned shot. Just happened to be following the team on a training ride, and I had pulled over to the side of the road to check the lens, and as I looked up and they were fairly far away from me, I saw this shot, and I knew immediately that this is how I was going to end the film, even though I hadn't shot much at all. In fact, hadn't shot any race footage at that point, only a couple of training rides. I knew that this shot would be the closing shot for the film. One of the things that I really worked on and wanted to convey was the sense of friendship and bonding that the riders on the team have, not just in the traditional sense of racing, but what they do pre-race and post-race and how they get along and interact with each other. So throughout the film, you'll see footage of, for example, some of the younger kids on the trainers warming up before a race. And I include the natural sound so you can get a sense of what they're talking about. And I also looked for ways to incorporate the younger riders and the older riders together, because in a lot of cases they don't train together and they don't race together, but there's still a connection and there's still a bond. So I was looking for the ways that I could bring those things together in the film.